is, as you can see, quite an extraordinary drummer. He's studied with many famous West African drummers and has really gained a lot of reputation in the St. Louis area for drumming. And he's also getting his PhD in African American Studies at Washington University. And so not only is he a fabulous drummer, but he's also an expert on West African culture, because that's what he's doing his dissertation on, and how the music of that culture has affected the United States. And next to him, we see Weedie Braimah. Weedie just turned 18. He just graduated from high school. And I first met Weedie when he was about 15 years old, when Mom and Iketa came to St. Louis, and we went down for a workshop, and there was little Weedie. He was a little thing back then. But as you can see, there's nothing little about his drumming. And Weedie is known... Weedie is the big sensation, actually, throughout the country, because he's really one of the best djembe players we've got here. His father is Ghanaian percussionist, and his mother is an African-American jazz percussionist. So we're real happy to have them here with us. Let's give them both a big hand. And you, of course, know, hopefully most of you know Bob Miller here. Let's give him a big hand. Bob and I have been playing together for, about 4 to 5 years, traveling all over playing together, and it's a real thrill for us to bring these guys here to back them up, because it's a lot of fun. So we'll get on with the show.
Ansu.
Aba.
Thank you. All right. Ansu means good evening, everybody. And yeah, when Ansu means good evening. Ansu, and you said Ansu. 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 Very good. How you doing? Can you hear me? Yes. Oh, can you hear me? All right. I'm Diadie Bathily. I'm sure you already know. And I'm from Ivory Coast. And I have been in US for 2 years. And I'm living in St. Louis, teaching African dance in universities and college and high school and middle school. And we have sometimes kindergarten. It's very fun with them. And I speak French in my country. I used to teach African dance there and in France. And I speak French. And when I arrived here, it was very tough for me because I was saying just good morning or thank you. That's it. And the third thing I learned was food. Because I need to eat if I want to survive. And it was very difficult to learn a new language. And I'm speaking a little bit English since 2 years ago. And please be very patient with my accent and my little English. And I'm from Ivory Coast, and I'm original from Mali. And my parents were from Mali, and they moved to Ivory Coast. And I was born in Ivory Coast, and my parents gave me to my uncle because he didn't have children. And yeah, I know it's new for you, happen a lot in Africa. And I grew up between Mali and Ivory Coast. It's when I started to dance in my country, in Mali, when I was 3 years old. And at night I was leaving the house by the window. Yeah. It was a very small window, but I had my own technique to leave the house because I'm from a noble family, and in my family we don't dance. Yeah, and you have love to listen to the music and dance. And the next morning when my uncle got up and someone arrived and said, "Hey, Diadie Bathily, I'm John. Hey, Diadie, anke manchayi ngari. Jai nyuni legene, enkelemine. Ha, asireni koi means you didn't see Diadie. Last night, Diadie was in the middle of a night dancing for everybody. It's not good for the name of the family. You have to watch this." And, you know, yeah, yes. And when I was 8.5, I moved to, in Ivory Coast with my real family. And when I was going to school, bad thing for my family, the school I was going, they do a lot of arts. and I started to learn a dance from Ivory Coast. And I was dancing at school in the dance company, something like that, but they didn't know. Anyway, it was difficult, and I was very patient, and what I'm doing, I believe it, and make me stronger. Yeah. Thank you very much, and I know here in this room, you're doing something, and your work or something, you really love it, and if you really love it, you have to figure out with people, if you have some people to help you to, how you say, develop it, your art or your work in your life, you have to figure out and develop it. It's very good when you go through everything. People love it, and you have some friend helps you. It's great when you go through, and you have to believe it. It's very important. If you don't believe it, you are not going through. The first one, you have to feel it, and you respect, and you do it. And with the time, and with God, the thing will go through. All right, and the hat I'm wearing, it's, people wear a lot this kind of hats in West Africa. I can tell you exactly where in Africa this kind of hat come from, but there are a lot in West Africa. And in West Africa, the family were moving from one side to another one, but why you have a lot in West Africa, I'm sure you saw some company from West Africa with this kind of corrisho around of the hat. I have one, you will see later if you want to touch it. It's okay. Don't be scared, it's okay. Yeah, and this is African clothes, and usually in Africa, when you arrive in Africa, people will wear like this African fabric, and in the village, people they made this kind of fabric. They don't need to go to the store and buy a fabric. There are a lot in big cities, but in the village, they made by hand everything. Each family have to make his own fabric and sew his own clothes. Yes. And it's in the big city, you have a lot of shops like this, and it's very cheap if you are there. Very expensive when you are here. If you want to buy this kind of thing, it will cost a lot. Yeah. All right, I'm going to take 5 questions. If you have some questions, because we are here to perform. You have music, you have dance. I want to answer some questions too. I'm sure there are not a lot of African dancer musicians coming here. Maybe you have some question. I'm open to respond if you have some questions. No?
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. Yes?
Can you just talk about a little bit about your dance steps, style, where they come from? Because they're really beautiful. They're wonderful. I'd just like you maybe to explain a little bit about the gestures and the steps that you.
Okay. The first dance is Jelly Dong. Okay. First, Jelly is a storyteller in West Africa, in Mali, in Burkina Faso, in Guinea, in Senegal, in Burkina Faso. It's like in 5 different countries. And they speak Mande language. And storyteller, we call press singer too. I don't know if you know this word, press singer. And I'm going to talk first about the clothes. They wear exactly like this, and it's a huge costume they wear. And they dance, I can tell press singer, they are like an ambassador in West Africa. If you want to do organize like a marriage, you can't organize a marriage if you don't have a press singer, because they are like a phone between the parents of the wife and the men, and they are going forth and back giving messages, and they have to give money for the work they're doing. It's exactly for baptism, it's exactly for every party in Africa, every ceremony, initiation, all of this stuff. That's why you have a lot of pressing in West Africa. And when they're dancing, usually the energy of mundane people, it's coming from the sky. It's not coming from down. But while the first dance and the second dance, you have a lot of arms, a lot of jumping. I will do another dance later from Ivory Coast. The energy comes from the ground. And it's always the hands like this, open, close, open, or close, open. It's always to the sky. And in West Africa, when someone is talking, it's like the first time you will say, he thinks I'm deaf, because they talk with the arms. What they're saying, they exactly doing the same movement to make sure you understand. And somewhere it's the way they talk, and it's exactly also in the dance. And the movement doesn't mean something, but it's, if you know Gelidon or you know Manjani, from one dance to another one, it's totally different by the movement. It's totally different if you know, but if you don't know, you will think it's exactly the same thing. But it's not the same thing. It's like some people, when they go to Africa and they say, oh, they look same. Or you go to China, oh, they look same. But if you live there, you will see there is a big difference between Africans or between China, Japan, you know, it's exactly the same thing. Yes?
I was curious how you got your start from Africa, France, and then America. How did you get your foot to go? How did you get your chance?
Oh, okay. All right. When I was in Africa, I was teaching African dance in Ivorian school. And from Ivorian school, I believe the director of French school in Ivory Coast was visiting Ivorian school to give some books. And he saw me teaching, and he says, oh, this is great. We have French school here in Ivory Coast. It's good to learn Ivorian dance. And he asked me if it's possible to send him some, some seeds with my CD. And I gave it to him, and the next morning, I was reading in the cold, and it's not very cold there, but for us it's cold. And he says, okay, you're going to start, this is your schedule in the French school. And I said, wow, that's great. I'm going to teach to the kids from France, because the parents were working in Ivory Coast in West Africa. They're teaching high school, something like that. And I started teaching the French school, and the French school, you have a connection from French school to France. And I had some visitors from France in the school, and they said, oh, I know someone in France. They have dance studio there if you want to go there. And this is the way I got in France. And it was the same for here in US. I was teaching in Ivory Coast, and a friend of mine, Joseph Helweg, was an anthropologist, and he has a friend at Thompson University of Missouri St. Louis anthropology department, and they said they need someone for African culture lab, and he says, oh, I know someone, and this is the way I got here. And it was for 6 months, the contract, and they renew after 6 months, it's 6 more months, after 6 more months, and now it's 2 years. Yeah. The last question, and we will start the dance. We will start the dance.
Two-part question. Are there any particular foods you eat or diet you follow because you burn so many calories? And is there any particular religion you follow?
Sorry, again, I didn't.
Are there any particular foods you eat or diet you follow because you burn so many calories? And just out of curiosity, any particular religion you follow, which you don't have to answer?
All right. I love to taste a different kind of food. And when I don't like it, I don't touch it. I remember when I was young, I tasted some food. When I saw the chicken here, and I said, wow, this is beautiful. And I love chicken here. I love chicken. I eat a lot of meat and vegetables, a lot too. And I don't know. In my country, we don't have good ice cream. I love it. And sometimes at the dance class, and I said, there are some students there, they need to start some food. And I said, okay, please, no ice cream, no a lot of food with oil. You have to stop something and you will lose weight. And when I arrive home, I have my ice cream because I need it. Yes, I need a lot of fat thing because the exercise I'm doing, if I don't eat fat thing to protect myself, I will die. Yeah. But if I was big, I will start something. So you have to watch. It's very important, and I watch too. Au niveau, okay, sorry, I'm speaking French. I'm a Muslim,